If you have been struggling with pain in the mid-back or the rhomboid region, then you've likely seen some videos where they show you a quick fix or exercise how to fix that. Now, if it worked, great, but because you're watching this video, I'm guessing it did not work. So the reason being that this is a multifactorial problem. There's not one thing that's going to fix it. My name is John and I am a doctor of physical therapy. Now in this video, we're going to do a deep dive into this issue so we can fix it long term. In nearly everybody who has this issue, there are generally two things going on. The first is that your mid-back or thoracic spine is a lot tighter than it should be. This is the part that everybody else likes to focus on because it provides some relief instantly. Now the second part is a poor posture of the neck. This is what I've seen is often overlooked, but it is essential in order to fix this long term. So starting with the mid-back, here are a couple of good exercises that I like to do to both improve rotation, where you twist, as well as extension of the mid-back. First, we're going to work on rotation of the mid-back with an exercise called thread the needle. To do this, get on your hands and knees, pick up one hand, and then reach under as far as you can, trying to twist and not shift your weight. And then you reach up towards the ceiling. If that hurts your shoulder when you do it, you have the option of placing your hand behind your neck and then doing the same thing. This next exercise, which is my favorite way to work on extension of the mid-back, is similar to a child's pose. So with the child's pose, you're on your hands and knees, and then you bring your hips back towards your feet. Now that's stretching the low back. To stretch the mid-back, move your hands out farther, and then bring your chest down towards the ground. Hold a few seconds, and then back up. Regarding the neck, this is more so of a chronic problem in modern society. Because we spend so much of each day sitting at a computer or looking down at our phone, our posture slowly deteriorates over time. The natural curvature of your back should look something like this. Starting with the low back, it curves forward, and then mid-back curves back, and then the neck has the same curvature as the low back. And then you get the head on top of that. Now, when someone has this forward head posture, what we'll see is that you will have an increased curvature of the mid-back, and then you will have an increased curvature at the neck. There's the head on top. Now, comparing the more or less normal posture to the forward head posture, the degree as to how far forward the head moves affects how hard the muscles in the mid-back have to work. So the farther forward it is, the heavier the head is essentially because it's farther from the muscle lifting it, meaning that these muscles have to work extra hard. Now over time, they get real tight and tender, and that's why you feel pain in the mid-back here. What we'll also see is stretching of the muscles in the front of the neck right here, and then tightening of the muscles at the base of the skull. To correct this, there are several things that we need to address. Now remember, everybody is different, so you specifically might not need to address all of them, but we're going to cover everything just in case. The first thing we're going to do is measure how strong the front of your neck is. These muscles are important for supporting the neck into a correct posture. To assess their strength, go ahead and lay down on your back, give yourself the most attractive double chin you can, and then lift your head up slightly while keeping that double chin the whole time. If you can't easily hold this for at least 40 seconds, then you have some degree of weakness to your postural neck muscles. Now, strengthening this is very easy. All you have to do is get into that same position, tuck the chin down, lift the head up, and then perform that for reps. I like to start people at somewhere around 10 reps for a hold of 5 to 10 seconds. If that is too difficult, you can get in the same position, do the double chin, and just hold that. The second thing we need to do is stretch out the muscles at the base of the skull. Fun fact for those of you who get headaches, the muscles here will often be the culprit because with a forward head posture, they get tight over time. So if you really dig around back there, they might actually be very tender. The way I like to stretch this is to stand with your back against the wall, your back touching the wall, your head touching the wall, and then try and pull the back of your neck towards the wall. You might feel the muscles in the front of the neck activate, but you should also feel a stretch at the base of the skull if these muscles are indeed tight on you. Next, we should address a muscle imbalance between the chest and the muscles of the shoulder blades. Many people often like to bench press and do a lot of push-ups, but at the same time, they do not do enough strengthening of the scapula. What happens is that the shoulders will roll forward over time because the muscles on the backside are weak, the muscles on the front are strong, and they're being overpowered. To strengthen your shoulder blades, there are many different options we have. Two that I like to do that have the same setup are called T's and Y's. And they're called that simply because that's the shape you make with your arms. So here I have my band in the door. To do the T, I start with my arms straight, palms up, and then go straight out to the sides. Now to do the Y, same setup, except now I'm making the letter Y with my body. Now, as we strengthen the muscles in the back, we need to make sure that we stretch the muscles in the front as well. An easy way to stretch out the pec is to find any doorway, place your arm up in the doorway, and then lean forward. You should feel a good stretch through this muscle right here. And there you go. For those of you still here, I hope you found that information helpful. If you did, you might like this other video where I talk about a single muscle in the hip and how it relates to keeping all of the joints in your lower body healthy.